Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome. My name is Pompberry. And if you're not new here, I want to talk about this wig. As you probably know, I've had this wig for a very long time. Let me just find out exactly how long it's been. Got my Instagram here to check. The first time I posted with this wig was in August of 2018. And you're probably thinking to yourself, so what? You're probably trying to understand what I'm trying to get at. Basically, I purchased this wig with a very specific look in mind. I bought it with an intent, and I still haven't done that look. But that's changing today. Today, I will be recreating one of my favorite pieces from 0073.uv. You might know her as Walter's mom. And you probably know her because one, she's awesome, and two, I've already recreated another look of hers. A long time ago, might I add. And I still haven't done this one. And since buying it, this has kind of become my signature hairstyle. Like, I wear this wig all the time. I'm considering buying a human hair version of it. That's how much I wear it. I wear it out, I wear it to parties, I wear it when I don't feel like doing my hair. This has become my hair whenever I feel lazy. And that's pretty often, not gonna lie. So anyway, I just wanted to give a little bit of context to the look I'm doing today. It's been in my to-do folder for over a year. That's how far behind I am. But it's finally happening, and that's all that matters. So I'm just gonna jump straight into it. But before I begin, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. You can see I've already done my base. I went a little bit paler than I usually would, like under my eyes and to highlight the high points of my face, because in the drawing she's very pale, and also I'm rocking my winter skin right now. I am very pale, so it works out. I've also already done my eyebrows. They're quite fluffy, but with a very defined end. I just tried to emulate what was happening in the drawing. The one thing that I don't know if I'll be doing today is the sketchy texture of the drawing. I don't know if I'm going to do an exact replica or if I'm just going to do like this drawing come to life. Also, I just realized I have to pull this wig back because her bangs reach to about right there. So we have to pretend that we don't see my goddamn hairline. We'll pretend that's not there, okay? That's going to be cropped out in the final image anyway. So do me a favor and just don't look at my hairline. I'm going to start with my eyes, so I just went ahead and prepped them with the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. That's kind of the only thing I like this concealer for, is prepping my eyes, because it is more on the drier side, and then I like to go over with the ColourPop No Filter Pressed Powder. Because it's not translucent, it has some color to it, so it helps to kind of even out my eyelids, and that's pretty much all I use this powder and concealer duo for. Rude. And I know this is going to be a super kind of natural and light tones look, but I'm going to go in with the Melt Rust palette. Look at this beauty. Look at her. Look at her. Oh, yes. And the colors in here are pretty intense, but today I'm going to be using these guys right here. I think they'll be good. I might dip in to like this, but I think it's like way too pigmented for what I want. So I'm gonna start off with the color Classic, just kind of all over. And I know that I already did that with the powder, but I'm gonna try going on my brow bone to really pale that down. And in the center of my lid, ooh, that is pale. Okay. And then I might actually use that in my inner corner as well, but I'm going to use a different brush for that. Today, we're going to be doing an all matte look. So all my highlights are going to be done with a matte shadow. And I forgot to zoom you guys in. Hold on a second. So for my inner corner, I'm going to use that same color on a little tiny pencil brush. And I'm going to apply it right in there. And then I'm also going to bring it down. I'm going to kind of create almost an eye bag by doing this, but the way she shades in her drawings, this area is always much darker. So I want to really lighten up right here. And this eyeshadow is actually perfect for that. I'm also going to take that at the very center of my bottom lid. And then I'm also going to take that color right here, like under my bottom lid, but not close to the lash line. I'm going to take that on the fluffy brush and use it like a highlighter, but really accentuating kind of the puffiness of my under eye. I realize that this is yellow toned, and in the drawing she's much more cool toned. So I might just play a little bit with the white balance of the photo once I'm done. So even though I'm not going to do the sketchy bits, this isn't going to be necessarily a natural makeup. I'm going to take that right here above my brow just to highlight bridge of my nose. Cupid's bow area above my top lip. Cupid's bow a little bit, just like around it. And then my chin for sure. I might actually go in with a white eyeshadow to accentuate this even more. Yeah, so I'm going to take Sugar Pills Taco, which is this matte white, and just accentuate everything a little bit more, making it a little bit more pale and a little less yellow, just neutralizing it a little bit, especially on this big area right here beside the nose. Just going over everything and bringing this highlight all the way over here. It's crazy that by doing this, it looks like I already have blush on, but that's just my skin color. And I'm not rosy by any means, so it's a little weird. Now I'm going to start dipping into the color Antique, which is this bright salmon color. Might be a little too bright. I don't know. We'll see. And I'm going to place that right above my crease. Oh, that's actually a pretty good color. And then onto the lid a little bit. And then there's going to be a flower over here, so it doesn't really matter what I do on this side. I'm going to do same thing on the other side, bring it onto the lid, and then above the crease, connecting to the brow as well, and bringing it onto the bridge of the nose, kind of, and right here outside of this highlight. I'm also going to use that on my nose since it seems like kind of the perfect color. I'm going to do like a circle around the tip of my nose and go around the nostrils, kind of blend this all out. And I'm kind of just following what's going on in the drawing. I'm going to switch to a little teeny tiny pointed pencil brush so I can be precise with this. And I'm going to apply it in my Cupid's bow. And then I'm also going to apply it under my eyes in the inner and outer corner, avoiding the middle. And then kind of join that up here. So I'm really just trying to make my under eye look a little puffy. Now I look a little bit sick. Now I'm going to take what's fast becoming my favorite blush palette. It is the Chocolate Orange Truffle Blush Palette from BH Cosmetics. It's got all these yummy peachy tones, which are perfect for a look like this. And I think I'm going to take, I want to go into the darker ones, but I think I'm going to take this kind of like medium tone and do my cheeks with it. Because if my skin already looks like blush, I don't need to go in with that much. I'm actually going to dip into the lightest one to blend that upwards. See, even that is a little much, I feel anyway. Gonna blend all around this. Just make myself look really blushy. And then I also want to use some of that down here, even though this area is more cool tone. This is gonna be a little bit challenging to do these shadows. Then to accentuate the contour of my nose, I'm gonna use my other favorite blush palette from BH. This is the Vanilla Orange. I think I'm gonna go into this brown, even though it's very dark. But I'm going to try. I'm going to take this Royal Langnickel Omnia brush. It's tiny, but it's still a little fluffy. I'm just going to dip like once, and then I'm going to use that to refine the shape of the nose. So really accentuate that like round button. And ooh, that was a little much. Let's just blend that out. Should be darker right here at the start kind of the nostril, where the nostril meets the nose. Under the nose as well. I'm going to take my little teeny tiny pencil brush to really create a defined kind of line right there, but still blending this out a little bit. I want to draw the bottom of the circle, kind of eliminating the tip of my nose and really just trying to emulate this little button nose as much as possible. And then I'm going to create like a little drop shadow right there. Then I kind of want to dip into one of the deeper browns in this palette, but I'm afraid they're going to be too deep. This one here seems like the most cool toned out of them, so I'm going to very lightly, I think that was already way too much, and I'm just going to use that to deepen and intensify this little thing we've got going on here. Same thing on this side, just going at the very corners with this darker color. I'm going to do that on the lid as well. And then also doing that right there. Yeah, this brown goes on a lot cooler than I expected it to, honestly. So it's working out pretty well. I'm gonna use that right here to intensify outside of this highlight and join it up with a brow. And same thing on the lid. But this time I'm taking it above my crease with my eye open so that I can see exactly where above my crease is, and sketching that in and blending that towards the brow. It's hard to explain, but I'm just following the shadows in the drawing, just creating that kind of little shadow at the edge there. I think I'm also going to take a touch of this color, Rot 2, because it looks almost black. It's like so dark. But I'm going to use that to intensify right here. Oh yeah, that's basically black. Not surprised coming from a melt palette. And I'm just going to really define that shape. I'm also going to do some shading under my nose and some stuff that you probably don't care about, but I thought I'd mention it anyway. I know I shouldn't be doing this as like a tutorial because I know no one's gonna follow this. No one's gonna actually recreate this. So maybe we can talk about other things while I just create this crazy thing on my face. What is happening with my life? I am stuck home in quarantine like the rest of the world, or how they should be. Stay at home. And I've been pretty productive actually. It's been good. I've been working out, I've been making videos, I've been making Patreon videos. I've also been watching a little bit of TV. I just finished watching Self-Made, the story about Madam C.J. Walker, and oh my god, you should definitely watch it. It's really good. Like, for real, for real. Even if it's just for like the visuals alone, it's very rare that we get to see women of color represented in period pieces, and this is set in the 1910s and 20s, and it's fucking dope. Like, their hairstyles are amazing, their clothing is amazing. It's really worth watching it. It's only like 4 or 5 episodes long. It's something that you can watch in a few days and that's it. So yeah, I highly recommend checking that out if you haven't already. I know that it was like trending or whatever on Netflix, so you've probably seen it by now. But if you haven't, you should check it out. I'm also gonna do some shading under the bottom lip using that super dark color. This color is basically like an off black. It's a very, very cool toned, very, very dark brown. It's kind of great. I don't think I've seen a shade like this in other palettes. Okay, now for the very cool toned shadows. I'm gonna go in with the NYX Ultimate Cool Neutrals palette, and I'm gonna use this color right here. This palette is brilliant because of 3 colors, I think, in my opinion. Mainly these 2, but this one as well. These 2 are very unique colors that you don't find really anywhere else. This looks like a gray, but also not really. It's kind of purpley. You kind of don't know what shade it is. It's pretty unique. It's pretty great. So I always keep this palette around. It looks very simple, but it's got some very unique shades. I'm first going to take that on a little tiny pencil brush so that I can shade in right here. I don't want to go super dark with this. I just want to kind of cool down this area while shading at the same time, if that makes sense. I wish I had like a lighter version of this color. That would be perfect, but I don't. So I'm just gonna have to be light-handed with it. Just gonna place it in certain areas. That was way too much. That need a little bit of cooling down, like by the mouth. I actually mix in this little light color in with it to tone it down a little bit. Hopefully that works. Or maybe this one or this one. Just mix them all to get a kind of lighter version of that color. What else have I been watching? I just started watching Tiger King. I'm only 1 episode in, so I don't know if it's good yet, but I've heard great things about it. I've heard that it's crazy. Yeah, I'm just adding a little bit of cool tone kind of here and there. Oh, my mirror almost fell. Now I also need to go in with a white and just do the big highlight at the very tip of the nose. I might go in afterwards with water activated white so that I can make this like super, super, super white. Now I'm actually going to take a dinner break because I'm kind of starving. And then I'll come back to do the flowers because I think at this point I'm pretty fine with the way the shading's looking. I'm going to do the flowers and then I'm going to leave the lips for last. Okay, now that I'm back from dinner, it was great. Thank you so much for asking. Things are going to get a little bit more risque. No, I kid. I'm not gonna do my shoulder just yet. And even when I do, that's all you're gonna see. You're gonna see my shoulder. That's it. I'm gonna start with the flowers on my face. And then I have to do my whole arm. I should have shaved my arm. I hate painting on hair. Anyway, let's start with the flowers on the face, shall we? And ideally the way I would do this would be by drawing all the little segments and leaving a gap between each segment. But I'm not going to do that because that's going to take way longer than doing what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do the red petals completely filled in, and then after that, I'm going to go in and draw the little lines. So for this, I'm going to take my Wolf face paint palette. I'm going to grab the red from here. It's a little dirty, please ignore. And this is a water activated product, so all I need is a drop or two of water. I'm going to grab a pretty big paintbrush. It's kind of like a long, thick liner brush. This isn't the exact shade of red. The red she used is more of like an orange red, but I'm gonna change that in post because I'm not about to mix the perfect tone of red right now. And I'll start close to the eye because why not? This brush isn't great for doing like little precise lines, but I'm more using this brush to just place down the bulk of the color, and then I'll worry about like the edges and the detailing later. So I'm just roughly placing the color. These petals don't have to be super perfect, you know? I'm just gonna try to emulate them the best I can, but unlike in past recreations, I'm not going to be worried if they're like perfectly matching. Just want the general idea. Here it's gonna be covered by my hand, so it doesn't even matter anyway. And you could sketch these in with like a white pencil or something first, but that would take so much longer. Oh, I was gonna do a TikTok for this look. Totally forgot. I guess I could start now. Oh, no, that's Twitch. That's not TikTok. Oh yeah, by the way, I've been streaming on Twitch recently. No, stop. I've been doing live streams over there. It's been fun. So if you want to watch some live streams, I say go to Twitch, follow me on there. Same name, Pompberry. Go check it out. Okay, I managed to film the TikTok kind of faking that I hadn't done certain parts of my face. I just like cropped it out. So now back to business as usual. Now I gotta do my hand, I gotta do my shoulder. I think I'm gonna do my shoulder before I do my hand. I'm gonna leave my arm and hand for last, and I'll do my neck. Now here on the shoulder, there's gonna be a pretty prominent one. So that I'm gonna try to get right as best I can. This shouldn't take too long. I don't want to spend forever here. I just want to kind of get the shapes. Now it's time to wiggle my arm out of its confinement, and it's time to paint my arm, I guess. Let's do this. Oh, I gotta take my wedding ring off. I'm sorry, babe. Let's do this. I think what's going to take way longer than mapping out these flowers is doing the little lines in between the petals. And I almost just dipped my brush into my tea. That would not have been good. Now I'm going to take a teeny tiny liner brush so that I can do the leaves in between the flowers. Kind of like that all throughout. Okay, now I'm going to try something. I don't know if this is going to be the best product to use, but I'm going to do the little lines on the petals. And I'm thinking of going in with a really pale skin colored water activated face paint, but I don't want it to mix with the red. So I'm going to see if this is going to work, if it's going to mix. I might powder this layer of paint, even though this type of paint does not need powdering, but hopefully that creates an extra kind of barrier between the two colors. Just going in with a translucent powder, and that actually took me no time at all to do the flowers, which I'm very happy about. Okay, so hopefully this works and the colors don't mix. I'm gonna test it out up here. I think it's gonna work out pretty well. And it looks super bright, but I know that once it dries, it's not gonna look as bright. That always happens with water activated colors. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start doing my little lines. Okay, so this product is actually working really well. It's not mixing in. Oh, fuck. Look what I just did. Great. Great. Luckily, this washes off pretty easily. I was looking for it on the table, couldn't find it, and then I look at my sleeve. There it is. Anyway, it isn't mixing in with the red, which is great. So I'm going to continue using this. I might need a second layer on some of them, but that's totally doable, totally fine. I'll just keep making these little lines and I'll come back once I've done that so that I can do the lips. Guess who just came home? Camera's here, babe.
Did I smear it?
No.
Didn't I?
If you had smeared it, I'd have smacked you.
What?
Yes. Okay, so I believe I have finished all the little lines. Everything seems in order. It didn't take as long as I thought it would, which is amazing. Now I just got to do my lips, and I'm kind of considering doing the little sketchy marks. We'll see. We'll see. Let's do lips first. Now for the lips, I'm going to do a concoction of 3, maybe 4 different lipsticks, and I'm starting off with the Ink of Elation liquid lipstick in the color Sienna. I'm going to use this for the outline, and I want a very specific shape. I'm going to really overdraw my lips. And I'm probably going to have to draw a new Cupid's bow. Her Cupid's bow is like super short. Mine is way longer than hers, so I'm definitely going to have to redraw that in. And I actually hadn't noticed this before, but I'm going to apply concealer at the outer corners of the bottom lip. Really round out those corners. Now I'm taking some concealer on a little tiny brush and I'm going to draw in a new Cupid's bow above this new top lip. And that will help with the illusion. I just cleaned off that brush. I'm just gonna pat some of the white eyeshadow over top just to make sure it's really highlighted. Now we've got ourselves a new Cupid's bow and a brand new lip. Now I'm going to fill the lip with Sugarpill's liquid lipstick in the color Teacher's Pet. This is like the perfect burnt orange color. And I'm going to blend those two together a little bit using my brush. And then at the very center, I'm going to go in with Melt's Bullet lipstick in the color Mum. This is a part of their new Rust collection. I'm just going to apply that in the center just to darken it a bit. Actually, this one's a little bit light, so I'm going to go in with Catsuit from the same collection and just darken. Ah! That literally just flew out of my hand. I'm just going to use that to darken like the inner part of the lip, the outer corner, kind of strategically placing this. And then to add a little bit more depth, I think I'm going to go in with the Black Moon Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the color Sleepwalker. It's their black, and this might be a little too dark. Yeah, I think it's a little too dark because this black is like seriously black. So I'm going to mix it in with their Grim, which is also a pretty dark brown, but I'm just going to cut that black a little bit and I'm going to apply it in very specific spots, using it kind of to hide the shape of my natural lips. And then a tiny bit right here. I kind of want to add a gloss to this, but I also kind of don't want to mess it up because I was so precise with the color applications. So instead, I'm just going to draw in the reflection. So I'm going to take the Suva Beauty Hydra Liner in the color Space Panda. You have to activate that with a little bit of water. And I'm just going to draw in the little reflection. I think I'm also going to use that on the tip of my nose. Okay, now I also have to finish off the eye, so I'm going to go in with the House Labs liquid eyeliner to do a little cat eye moment, and I'm going to do this looking straight into the mirror so that I can draw exactly where I want my cat eye to go. And I want it to be almost like pointing downwards. I want it to be very straight like that. Oh, I like that eye shape on me. Cute. And then do the beginning here very thin. Then for my waterline, I'm going in with the Milk Makeup Longwear Gel Eyeliner in the color BCC. This is just a very pale skin color, and I really want to brighten up that waterline. I was almost considering going in with a white, but I think this will be bright enough. If it's not, I can always go in with a white. I might go in with a white over this, but let me do this first. If this red had been the right tone, I'd be so happy right now. Like, I'm really happy with everything else, but this red is just not the right color. So I will correct it for the photos. but for video, it's gonna suck a little bit. Then for white, I'm going in with the NYX Jumbo Pencil in the color Milk, and I'm just gonna do a quick little pass. Oh, I just moved my contact lens. There we go. Now it's really bright. I didn't want it to be like stark white, so this way it kind of mixes the colors. Now I obviously have to do mascara and lashes, but I was considering doing like the little sketchy lines all over. I don't know, or at least like on the eyes. At least let me do that. So I'm gonna use the same color that I used for the little lines on the petals, and I'm just gonna do like these horizontal lines on my lid. That gives it a bit more of a sketchy look, but not crazy. I won't have like lines all over my face. I might do some here and there, but I think I like a more subtle look like this. Let's see. Maybe use it to accentuate the points that should be lightest, like the inner corners. And this right here. Oh, that's pretty. Should be a little line going up, little sketchy lines going down. I'm also going to use that on the Cupid's bow and around my nostril. By highlighting around the nostril, that really makes it look like a drawing. I don't know why, but just by adding that. See? Also on the nostril, some like little boop, boop, boop. What else can we do? Here and here. Another thing that also makes it look like a drawing is going around the perimeter of the face. What else? I mean, my hands are completely unshaded. Oh, and they're dirty with lipstick. I should probably make my knuckles a little bit rosy. Hold on. But before that, I'm just doing these like tiny little lines here and there just to give it a little bit of a sketchy feel. And she has freckles. I forgot. I gotta do the little texture all over her nose. I'm gonna take my Skins palette, also by Wolf, and I'm gonna grab this color, and I might actually grab a little bit of this color too, but I'm gonna start with a lighter one. I'm gonna start doing little freckles. Oh, see, that's too light. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go in with the other one. Okay, I'm gonna go with the next brown up, and I'm gonna do little freckles, but that's kind of dark, so I'm gonna stamp them with my finger, and that way I make them a little less strong, and I can just use my finger to tap and create new ones. I transfer the product onto my finger and then use it like a little stamp. Really gonna concentrate them here on this kind of edge where it meets the highlight to really intensify that highlight. And do a bunch here where I contoured the nose. Once the freckles are done, I'm going to take the dark brown and I'm going to do some little sketchy lines where I shaded before. I might actually go in with the darkest brown in that palette. It's nearly black, but not quite. Kind of like the eyeshadow that I used to shade. Wow, my voice is going. It's getting late, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to use that to do some little sketchy lines. Kind of help with the little sketchy vibe. And it's really just all about adding texture where you can. Let's not forget under the eyes. I'm also going to do the sketchy lines down my neck to create that shadow. Now I'm just going to take that eyeshadow color again, the salmon-y one, and I'm going to apply that to my knuckles. And oh, I still have freaking lipstick right there, but fine, we'll keep it. I'm just trying to make my knuckles seem very rosy and the tips of my fingers as well. I might do some highlighting like on my collarbone and like take it down to the rest of my body so that my body kind of matches my face up a little bit more. Then I think I actually want to define some of the brow hairs a little bit more because I've added all the sketchy lines. So I'm just going in with the darkest brown and just doing some lines through my brows just to make them look a little bit more sketched. Okay, but I want to look like this every day though. Like this is just not fair. I ended up also adding some little highlight strokes in the brows. Now I'm going to go in with the Milk Makeup Kush Mascara, and then I'm going to apply some very natural looking lashes, I think, off camera. And I think this is the look done, you guys. I'll come back once I've got my lashes to show you the final look. And this is the finished look. I used the Likely Makeup Casper lashes on the top. They're pretty small and natural looking. They're not overpowering. They don't cover up the look. I love these lashes for when I just want a little extra something, but I don't want to hide what I did on my lids either. Then I just grabbed a white shirt and that is it. And I'm so happy that I've finally done this look. Like, it's been nearly 2 years, or at least a year and a half in the making. And I kinda wanna look like this every day now. And if I can't, I'm suing. 'Cause it's cute. I really like this sort of shading and highlighting. And in my drawings, I do this too, where I highlight close to the eye and then I shade right there. I might need to start doing this for my makeup because I really like it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was really fun to do something artistic again. Even though this is a little bit glam as well, it's a little bit e-girl kind of. Is it? I don't know, like the style of makeup. But oh, I think I look so cute, if I do say so myself. Now it's time for me to take a shower and go to bed. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna go out looking like this. Well, I couldn't if I wanted to anyway, because we're all in quarantine. So, yeah. I'm just gonna go to my living room looking like this, I guess. Actually, I already did. I went to show my husband the final result. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see me do more art recreations, please let me know down below if there's any specific artists you would like to see me recreate the work of. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all my patrons who support me. Big shout out right now for my patrons, because right now it is tough. I know a lot of us are unemployed, including me. I'm not doing makeup on anyone for the foreseeable future. So I really, really appreciate your support in times like this. And that's it. I will see you next time. Bye.